everybody, welcome back to my Project 13. Hope everybody's having a great day. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate it. If this is your first time coming on by, number one, please subscribe. Become a part of the team. Number two, hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I've uploaded a video for you and everyone else to watch. And thirdly, please share the vids on your social media. Get the videos out there. There may be someone intrigued with what I do here on my Project 13. Recap from this last week. I didn't get to it this morning. I was really tired. And number one rule for me is to focus on my driving. And if I feel there's going to be anything that prohibits me from driving safe, then I'm not going to do it. And shooting video while driving can be a distraction, and you got to follow the rules, man. It's, you know, when you're driving and creating content at the same time, what we call car vlogging, it can take away from your driving abilities to focus, to make sure you're following the law of the land and not running any red lights, stop signs, and you're making sure that you're going to drive safely and be there for the others that are on the road, doing their best as well, working together out here on the road. So this morning I was super tired. I just couldn't concentrate, and it was better for me not to create any content for the early morning vlog. So I'm doing the afternoon vlog, their afternoon recap vlog. Not a whole heck of a lot went on this week. I've been using my Huawei Nexus 6P. I brought that device in from a seller that I found on Amazon, A1 Gadget out of Canada. I'm about 2 weeks into owning my Huawei Nexus 6P, and everything is going great so far. I'm very happy about my purchase. It's a 32 gig variant, 250 smacks is what it cost me. It's refurbished, but it's been a great smartphone for me, and I wanted to share the experience with all of you, and that's why I've been making videos and using it and comparing it up to some of the latest and greatest devices that I have in-house, and super stoked to have brought it back in. And it's no different from the last 6P that I owned before I sold that. So that's my update on that. I did do a Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus video comparison with the Huawei Nexus 6P, a speaker comparison, speaker battle, challenge, whatever you want to call it. And that was fun to do. I love making those videos, and I hope you enjoy them. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it and share it. There might be someone out there who's wanting to see that comparison. The other thing is I brought in a, well, I didn't bring in, LK Lightning Knight sent me a product to review. So, you know, I did a video on that as far as a product to use for your smartphones as a stand. It's a little cradle, it's a dock. It's an aluminum, really sexy looking stand that has a nice sleek look to it, and you can just rest your smartphone or tablet up to a 10-inch tablet. So go check that video out if you haven't seen it. $9.99 over at Amazon. LK Lightning Knight. Thank you, LK, for your support in sending me that stand. Again, you can call it a cradle, you can call it a dock, whatever. You're able. There's a little hole in the back where you're able to slide your USB Type-C cable or USB cable through and connect it to your smartphone, so it can charge while it's docked, while it's on your stand. And what's nice about it is you can have it in portrait mode or in landscape mode, and you can be watching. You can be watching videos or movies, listening to music, and have it on the stand while you're eating dinner or while you're at your desk, or you can have it on your nightstand or whatever. So really cool little product. Not a lot to it. Very sleek, very nice looking aluminum stand. There is a link in that video for you to go check out all the information you need to over at Amazon if you decide that's something you want to bring in. I'm sure a lot of you have a lot of different types of stands. This is just one more to consider. Outside of that, not a whole heck of a lot went on. There's been a lot going on as far as news. There's been rumors and leaks. I did talk about Samsung Galaxy Note 9 supposedly maybe going to have a notch, even though they totally dissed on Apple for the notch on the iPhone 10. They even had a commercial about it, and now supposedly the Note 9 may have a notch. There are renders of this leak that shows a Samsung device with a notch, but it may not even be the Note 9. It may be a whole different device. So we don't know for sure. Remember, these are rumors, these are leaks. We just, us YouTubers, just bring you that news, those rumors, those leaks. We share and get it out there, and hoping that a lot of you who are watching will have something to add to it, some information to add to it, whether it's just a rumor leak or whether it's wrong or right. So that's where we all come together as a team and share that information. I, as other YouTubers, just get that out there and we start a conversation, and it gets us to investigate these rumors and leaks to see if they're true. But again, it may not even be the Note 9. It could be a whole different device that Samsung's going to be putting out. If it is the Note 9, it's not something I'm going to be interested in. There were other leaks. This morning there was a picture that was released of the Note 9, and it did not even have a notch. So, and that's the way these rumors and leaks end up, right? They get us thinking, they get us guessing. There's that intrigue, but you don't want to dive too much into it until we get closer and we really start to see what these devices are really going to look like and what they entail as far as, you know, the hardware, the software, and all that information that we are wanting to know about, and how much difference it's going to be from the last generation of whatever it is that's coming out. And then this subject that we're talking about is the Note 9. So, well, we'll see. We'll see if that's a whole different device or if that is the Note 9. Who knows? I just don't want anything to do with a notch. Not saying I wouldn't ever bring in a device with a notch, but I'm not going to spend that much money on a device with a notch. No, it would end up being a budget or a budget smartphone device, or it would be a mid-ranger that is affordable, that's worth checking something like that out. But I'm not going to spend over 900 smacks on a device with a notch. I'm just not. I didn't do it with the iPhone 10. I'm not going to do it with the Note 9. But it's all interesting. It's all intriguing, and it gets us all thinking, right? That's kind of what all this is all about. The other thing is, we've had Razer come out with the Razer phone, gaming phone, and I have that device, and I'm still digging my experience with it. I have no regrets months later with that device. Loving my experience with that device, and man, yeah, wouldn't give it up for anything. Now we've had rumors of Xiaomi bringing out a gaming phone, the Xiaomi Black Shark, and now we have another company that's going to be coming out with a gaming phone, Nubia. They were part of ZTE, from what I understand right now, from some of the homework that I've been digging into. And please, if you know anything different, please let me know down below, because I don't claim to be right and correct with all my information. I can get it wrong. I am human. I make mistakes. So if there's some information that I'm getting wrong, let me know down below. But from what I understand, they have not been connected with ZTE since 2015. So they're their own entity per se. And so Nubia is coming out with a phone called Red Magic. It's going to sport RGB lighting on the back of this device. It looks really, really cool. It's going to have a hexagon-shaped camera, a hexagon-shaped fingerprint reader. It's going to only sport the Qualcomm Snapdragon 835, and I shouldn't say only, because the Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 is a good chipset. Okay, but it's not the 845. It's not the latest and greatest. Okay, you're going to get a 6 gig of RAM or an 8 gig of RAM. 6 gig of RAM will have 64 gigs of internal storage. The 8 gig, 128. don't know for sure if it's expandable, but it probably is. And it's going to sport, what else am I thinking here? So it is going to have that fingerprint reader, but it's going to be a hexagon shape. I don't know if it's going to have stereo speakers or not. The starting price is around $400, and that probably has something to do with why they are going to be using a Qualcomm Snapdragon chipset 835. It's going to bring down the cost. I think it's a 4,000 milliamp battery. I hope I'm correct on that. If not, I'll find out all the information. But check it out. Go online, do some homework. Red Magic, Nubia Red Magic gaming smartphone, RGB lighting. It's going to be a very interesting device. I don't know all these specs outside of the RAM and the storage and the chipset, which is really a lot of what it's important to know. And yes, it's going to be a phone too. So I'm just getting out some information that I found out after I parked this morning. I read a little bit about it. I've been working all day, and now I just wanted to share what I know. And I'm sure that there's some of you out there who know more, so you're going to share that down below, and we can get a conversation started on that. So then we would have Razer, Xiaomi, Nubia. It's going to be internationally released. It's not going to be something that you're going to be able to get here in the United States, but I'm sure you'll be able to bring it in. And it shouldn't be an issue as far as it not being connected to ZTE since 2015, if I'm correct. So with what's going on with ZTE and the trouble that they've gotten themselves into, and not taking responsibility for what they were told to do with what they did, the consequences that were handed down, they didn't abide by all of it. They lied about it, so they got stiffer consequences. Now ZTE is not going to be able to use any U.S. components in their smartphones, which can be very, very bad for ZTE. Okay, because what they were doing, they violated U.S. sanctions as far as product that they were sending out to countries that they shouldn't have been sending them out to. They got in trouble for that, and they were told to take care, pay a certain amount of money and take care of some employees that were involved in all of this. And they said they were going to do that, and they did it. And that they did it is what they told. They told the officials that were in charge of this situation that they did take care of it, and then they found out they didn't take care of it, so they lied, and that's where they were handed down the 7-year penalty and other penalties as far as using anything here that is built in the United States. So there are a lot more details to that, but that's what I'm getting from what I've been reading and looking into as far as doing my homework. If there's anything else you know about that, there's obviously a lot more detail to, in what I'm telling you, but regardless, the thing is it a very stiff punishment that's been handed down? Is it unfair? Well, they were caught doing something, and they were told because of that, this is what they had to do, and then they lied about that by saying they did take care of it. They didn't, and so now they were reinvestigated, and to find out they were lying, so now you get a stiffer punishment. You get other consequences, and hey, guess what, man? I don't make the rules, and whether it's wrong or right, and whether it's fair or not, I don't make the rules. It's between our government and ZTE, and obviously that's what has happened, and it doesn't matter what I think. That's what's happened. So it's not a good thing for ZTE, and that's not what I want to happen to ZTE, because I like their smartphones. And I was looking forward to the latest and greatest Axon, the next generation of an Axon smartphone, and I think that's the 9. And now, even if they get to release that device, it's not going to have a Qualcomm Snapdragon chipset. There are other chipsets that can be used, but man, it would be nice to have an Axon 9 and have the 845 in it, or whenever they were going to release it, the latest and greatest chipset. So I don't know, man. You let me know down below. That's a long conversation. But Nubia, gaming smartphone, get back on track with that. Looks great. Again, I don't have all the specs, but it should be, you know, the starting point as far as price point at 400 smacks for the 6 gig variant, 64 gigs of internal storage. You know, Qualcomm Snapdragon 835. Wow. 400 smacks internationally. Now it's going to cost you a little more to bring it into the US because of the shipping fees, but still, man, if they could have that here, that would be amazing. The year of gaming devices. Yeah, this is one of the questions I wanted to ask. Do you think that this whole idea of gaming smartphones, which you'll be able to use it as a phone and do your social media on and do all those other things, watch movies, videos, listen to music, is it just a trend that's going to come and go, or is it something that you think is going to stick around? Is it going to be around for a while? We got Razer coming out with a second generation, the Razer Phone 2, later on this year, and it should be a very interesting device, and it should have better cameras on it as well. But it's also going to be adopting a new project called Project Linda, where you can integrate your smartphone by docking it into a Razer laptop and use it as a keypad and a bunch of other things you'll be able to do with it. So this Project Linda is going to be something that's going to be very intriguing for a lot of techies out there, tech enthusiasts, and I'm sure they're going to try to get it out to the general public. But is this whole idea of gaming smartphones, gaming laptops, and integrating the smartphone and laptop together, is that something that's just going to come and go? Is it a phase? Is it a trend? Or do you see that this could be part of the future? And I'll leave you with that. Okay? With all the mumble jumble that I just spewed out, that very last one, and the ZTE thing situation too. Let me know what you think on all that. That's yeah, gaming smartphones. I'm looking forward to all the feedback. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for being a part. Again, my apologies for not being able to get to the early morning vlog. Just too tired. And it was better that I paid attention. And for any of you out there car vlogging, when you have a device shooting video, don't think too much about that device. Think about what's in front of you, what's over here, what's over there, what's back there. That's where your mind needs to be. And be safe, man. Just be safe. Okay? It's not worth your life or getting pulled over either. But your life pre-metal, which means first and then getting pulled over. So be careful out there. Be safe. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Peace. God bless. I am out.